George Reeves, the original Superman, his death was surrounded in controversy, whether it was the mysterious car accidents, late-night death threats, or the fact that he was having an affair with the wife of a powerful MGM executive. Whether it was an accident, murder, or suicide, we've got a lot to unpack here.
You're saying it was murder? That's correct. The Beverly Hills Police, quite honestly, handled the case very poorly.
Hey guys, I'm Kendra Sommer, and welcome to True Crime Commute. True crime for your drive to work, school, or wherever you're headed. In 1959, George Reeves was riding a high. He was on the cusp of a comeback. His show Adventures of Superman had aired from 1952 to 1958. In 59, the series was about to get renewed with 26 episodes soon to go in production. George also had a picture deal with Paramount and was about to get married. Does that sound like someone that would take their own life? I'll let you be the judge of that. On June 16th, 1959, shots rang out from the Benedict Canyon home. Benedict Canyon is a swanky neighborhood in Los Angeles. Reeves' fiancée Lenore Lemon and friends were in the living room when the shooting happened. Reeves had gone downstairs to ask them to quiet down and then went back upstairs. Moments before the shooting happened, Lenore said, "He's going to the drawer. He's pulling out the gun." She proceeds to narrate the rest of the act. The group waited 45 minutes to call the police. The Los Angeles Police Department ruled it a suicide immediately. But after a second look, it makes you wonder, why were there 2 additional bullet shells on the floor, no fingerprints found on the gun, and no gunpowder on Reeves' hands? No sign of forced entry. The body was also found naked, which was odd as well. It was a stretch to think that someone would strip down before killing themselves. The police did not take photography or dust for fingerprints because it was immediately ruled a suicide. Allegedly, the coroner didn't even do an autopsy, even though there were bruises on Reeves' face and chest. Reeves grew up in Pasadena and regularly performed at the Pasadena Playhouse. He got his big break when he was cast in the huge film Gone with the Wind. Reeves served his country in the U.S. Air Force. When he returned, the big movie opportunities were a thing of the past, so he ended up doing B movies here and there. Hungry to work again, Reeves moved into television and landed the role of Superman. The aggressive Superman shooting schedule and appearances limited the other opportunities for movie work, and Reeves was also frustrated by being typecast as only Superman. He did have a high-profile appearance on I Love Lucy, one of my favorites.
Oh! How do you do? My name is Superman.
Oh, boy, am I glad to see you!
Even with all of the series' success, he wasn't getting paid much, around $5,000 weekly, $57,000 today, and he only got paid while the show was filming, so 8 weeks out of the year. Originally, he made $2,500 weekly, around $32,000 today. Reeves started having an affair with Toni Maddox, wife of Eddie Maddox. Eddie was an executive at MGM Studio. He was a fixer and also known to have connections to the mob. You're probably asking yourself, what does a fixer do? Well, he pretty much would cover up the private lives of Hollywood stars and make sure that the studio's image stays in good graces and profitable, most importantly. So this is a weird twist. So Eddie wasn't upset that Toni was having the affair with Reeves because he was having his own extramarital relations at this point. He was upset when Reeves dumped Toni. 3 months before his death, Reeves was involved in 3 different automotive mishaps. He took his car into a mechanic. The mechanic said, "Hey buddy, somebody cut your brake line," but Reeves refused to believe that somebody would want him killed. Now let's go through the incidents. The first one, he was on the freeway and 2 vehicles tried to crush him. The second, he was walking and somebody tried to run him down. And the third, he was going down a twisty road, stepped on the brakes, they weren't working, and it turned out that somebody had cut the brake line. All of these escapes are not surprising because he is Superman after all. Okay, I want to revisit the brakes really quickly. He took his vehicle into the mechanic. The mechanic said, "All of your brake fluid has been drained, and it looks like somebody tampered with it." Reeves did not want to believe this and moved on. Now, it gets scarier. A month after this, Reeves starts getting death threats on his unlisted line. Reeves would get about 20 calls late at night. Sometimes they would leave graphic threats, other times they would call and just hang up. He gets nervous with the threats and the near misses in the car. He goes to file a complaint with the Beverly Hills Police Department and the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. Reeves did suggest that it might be Toni Maddox making the calls. The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office looks into it and they find out that Toni Maddox is getting the same death threats. It's soon discovered that it's Eddie Maddox and these goons making the phone calls. Toni allegedly confessed to having Reeves killed on her deathbed. Allegedly, Eddie knew that Reeves liked to play Russian roulette with blank bullets. Did he hire somebody to put real bullets in there? Now, circling back on the point from before, Tony was Eddie's wife and he was the executive at MGM, had known ties to the mob. He purchased George's house and floated his lifestyle. The pair had a long-term affair and Tony was reportedly devastated when George broke up with her. So did Eddie orchestrate the hit because his wife was sad about the breakup? And another red flag, the bulk of George's estate was left to Tony. Theory 2, Lenore Lemon. Was this the crime of passion? Did Lenore get into a heated argument with George and shoot him? I mean, she did wait 45 minutes before calling the police. She did sneak past police lines to break back into the house and steal $4,000 of traveler's checks the next day. That's sketchy. And the fact that her stories were inconsistent on what happened that night. Theory 3, suicide. At the time of his death, Reeves was bummed out he wasn't getting serious acting roles and felt constrained by the Superman role. Did he kill himself? Theory 4, was it an accident? Did the gun accidentally go off and shoot Reeves? Overall, the LAPD has been criticized on this case for not preserving evidence and the way they handled the crime scene. On a happier note, George Reeves was given a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Bye now.
Thanks for watching True Crime Commute. I'm Kendra Sommer, and if you have a case we need to check out, email us here. We'll see you on the next one.